Believe it or not, when he doesn't call or message you, it does not mean you are unworthy, it does not mean you have failed or that you are lacking or that you are invisible to the world. Many times in life, the loudest messages come in silence. The deepest teachings come when nothing is said and nothing is done, yet everything within you feels restless, like a river that wants to break free from its banks. This silence that you hear, this absence that you feel, is a teaching. You see, we live in a world where we expect immediate validation. We think that someone else's response is the confirmation of our value. And we build a world within ourselves where the frequency of a message or a call determines whether or not we are seen, heard, and valued. But this is not the way of a peaceful mind, and it is not the way of a strong spirit. When he doesn't call or message you, it is an opportunity for you to see where your attachments are still ruling you. It is an invitation to look within and ask, why do I feel unworthy when I am not receiving external validation? Why do I allow another person's silence to create chaos within my mind and heaviness within my heart? It is a reminder that you have not yet mastered the art of returning home to yourself, that you are still seeking your value in the reflections in the eyes of others rather than in the calm mirror of your own being. Understand this clearly. Silence from another is not rejection, it is redirection. It is a space, an emptiness that you can fill with your own presence, your own breath, your own awareness. It is the universe protecting you from wasting your energy on someone who is not ready, someone who does not have the capacity to hold your presence, someone who is not aligned with the frequency you are meant to vibrate at. You may say, but Shi Heng Yi, it hurts. I gave so much, I showed up, I cared. Yes, of course, it will hurt. This is the nature of detachment. We cannot detach from something we do not care about. We can only detach from what we once deeply held. And in this detachment, there is a transformation happening within you. You are learning to stand still, while the winds of longing try to pull you away. You are learning to sit with the discomfort of not knowing, of not receiving, of not having your worth confirmed by someone else's message. The silence is your teacher. It shows you where you have abandoned yourself, where you have tied your worth to another's recognition, where you have been willing to ignore your intuition simply for the temporary comfort of a message that says, I see you. The truth is, you must learn to see yourself, to witness yourself, to be present with yourself so deeply that the absence of a message from another does not move you away from your center. It means you are being redirected toward yourself, toward your own wholeness, toward the cultivation of your mind, your breath, your spirit. It means you have an opportunity to observe your reactions, to see the way your mind creates stories. He does not care about me. I am not important. I must have done something wrong. These stories are illusions. They are not reality. They are the projections of an untrained mind that is addicted to external validation. In Shaolin practice, we say, your mind is your temple. What does this mean? It means you are responsible for the thoughts you allow to remain within you. It means you are responsible for the way you react when someone does not give you what you think you need. And so, when he does not call or message you, it is not a punishment. It is an opportunity to train your mind, to watch your breath, to sit with your feelings, to remain grounded in your body, to remind yourself, my value is not determined by someone's attention. My value is intrinsic. You may notice a feeling of emptiness when you look at your phone and see no new message, no missed call, no notification that you hoped would come. Sit with this emptiness. Observe where you feel it in your body. Do not run from it, do not distract yourself, do not immediately reach out in desperation, seeking to fill that emptiness with something external. This emptiness is your teacher. It is showing you where you still believe you are incomplete, where you still believe you need another person to validate your existence. And so breathe, Inhale deeply, slowly. Exhale fully, softly. Feel your body sitting on the ground or on the chair, rooted, stable, present. Allow your attention to come back to your breath whenever your mind begins to wander toward thoughts of rejection, abandonment, unworthiness. With every breath, remind yourself, this silence is a space for me to grow. This absence is a blessing for me to return to myself. Because when someone does not call or message you, it is not a sign of your failure. It is a sign that your path is not to chase. Your path is not to beg for love or for recognition or for attention. Your path is to become so whole within yourself that you no longer fear silence, that you no longer fear being alone, that you no longer measure your value based on whether or not someone else sees you. In the silence, you will find your strength. In the silence, you will find your clarity. In the silence, you will find your power. Now, let us speak about energy. Your energy is valuable. It is precious. It is the essence of your being, the vitality that allows you to live, to create, to give, to serve. And yet, many times, you waste this energy on thoughts that do not serve you, on people who are not ready for you, on situations that drain you rather than nourish you. When he does not call or message you, it is a reminder that your energy should not be spent on waiting for someone who is not showing up for you. It is a reminder that you have a responsibility to protect your energy, to preserve it for what truly matters, to give it to people who see you, who value you, who are willing to walk with you on this path of life with mutual respect and awareness. In life, it is important to understand that not everyone you meet is meant to walk with you forever. Some people are lessons, some people are mirrors, some people are simply a passing wind, teaching you to stand still, to remain grounded, to not be swayed by temporary attention or affection that is not rooted in true presence. Ask yourself, why do I give so much of my energy to someone who does not give back? Why do I continue to pour water into a cup that is turned upside down? You must understand, it is not your responsibility to convince someone of your worth. It is not your duty to chase someone so they may see you. Your duty is to see yourself, to honor your energy, to protect your peace, to preserve your vitality for those who are ready to receive it with respect and gratitude. Many times, when someone does not call or message you, it is because they are not aligned with your path, your frequency, your purpose. It does not mean they are bad, and it does not mean you are bad. It simply means there is a misalignment. And in these moments of misalignment, the universe will create distance, will create silence. So you do not continue to waste your energy on something that is not meant for you. Do not take it personally. This is a universal teaching. It is about alignment, not about rejection. It is about redirection, not about punishment. It is about protection, not about deprivation. Every time you feel the urge to reach out, to break the silence, to demand validation, pause. Place your hand on your heart. Feel your breath. Remind yourself, my energy is valuable. My energy deserves to be honored. Use this moment to pour that energy back into your own life. Practice your forms. Train your body. Meditate. Serve others. Create something meaningful. Walk in nature. Strengthen your mind. When you preserve your energy, you allow yourself to remain full, whole, and strong. You no longer operate from desperation. You no longer operate from fear of being abandoned. You operate from alignment, from clarity, from peace. There is a story of a bamboo forest. When the storm comes, the bamboo bends, but it does not break. It remains rooted in the ground, flexible yet stable. You must learn to be like the bamboo. When the storms of silence come, when the winds of rejection blow, you bend, but you do not break. You remain rooted in your value, flexible in your response, stable in your spirit. This is the practice. It is not easy. It will test you. You will feel the pull of your attachments. You will feel the heaviness of your expectations. You will feel the discomfort of sitting in silence when you desire to fill it with noise, with words, with messages that reassure you. But this is your training. This is your opportunity to grow stronger, to learn patience, to cultivate inner peace. You may ask, Shi Heng Yi, how do I know when to reach out and when to remain silent? The answer is within your awareness. If you wish to reach out from a place of clarity, peace, and intention, then do so. But if your desire to reach out comes from fear, from insecurity, from a need to be validated, then it is better to remain silent and return to your breath. Let your actions come from your center, not from your wounds. Silence teaches you to discern the difference between a reaction and a response. A reaction is immediate, driven by emotion, by fear, by craving. A response is conscious, rooted in awareness, aligned with your purpose. When you learn to sit with the discomfort of silence, you train yourself to respond rather than react. And so, when he does not call or message you, remember, it means you are being redirected toward your own growth. It means your energy is valuable and should not be wasted on what is not aligned with you. It means you are being given a sacred opportunity to practice patience, detachment, and presence. Detachment is not abandonment. Detachment is the quiet strength of the mind that has learned to hold itself with dignity, even in the middle of longing, even in the middle of uncertainty. It is easy to feel strong when others give you attention. It is easy to feel confident when you are surrounded by voices telling you that you are valuable, that you are loved, that you are chosen. But the real training, the real cultivation of your spirit happens in the silence, in the waiting, in the absence of validation. It happens in the moments when the world gives you nothing and you still find a way to give yourself peace. When you sit there staring at your phone, checking your notifications, refreshing your apps, waiting for him to remember you, to choose you, to reach for you, you are feeding your attachment. You are feeding the part of yourself that believes your worth is tied to his attention, that your happiness is tied to his presence, that your peace is tied to whether or not you are seen by him. But this is an illusion. And every moment you give away your peace to this illusion, you are forgetting your training, you are forgetting the power that lives within you, the power that is not built on the opinions of others, the power that is not shaken by the presence or absence of another person's affection. The silence is your test. The silence is your teacher. When he does not call, when he does not message, you have the opportunity to look within yourself and see the cravings of your mind. You see the fear of being forgotten, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of being unworthy. These fears arise in the silence, and many people run from them, seeking distractions, seeking the next person to validate them, seeking another momentary relief from the discomfort of not being chosen. But if you run from this discomfort, you will never understand your mind. You will never find your freedom. You will remain bound to the cycle of needing others to affirm your value, and your peace will always be fragile, your confidence always conditional, your heart always unsettled. Sit with the discomfort, breathe into the silence, feel the longing in your chest, the tightness in your body, the restlessness in your thoughts. Do not run from it. Observe it, study it, ask yourself, what is this longing? What am I truly seeking in his message, in his call, in his attention? Am I seeking love? Or am I seeking escape from the emptiness I feel within myself? Am I seeking connection, or am I seeking to silence the fear that I am not enough on my own? When you look deeply into your longing, you will see that it is not about him. It has never been about him. It is about your relationship with yourself. It is about your relationship with the present moment. It is about your willingness to sit with yourself, to truly see yourself, to accept yourself fully, even when no one else is looking, even when no one else is validating your existence. Detachment is not about pushing people away. Detachment is not about becoming cold or indifferent. Detachment is about clarity. It is about seeing reality as it is, without the projections of your fears, without the distortions of your attachments. It is about loving others without clinging to them, without making your happiness dependent on their actions. It is about being able to say, I love you, but I do not need you to complete me. I care for you, but I will not abandon myself for you. I desire your presence, but I will not lose my peace in your absence. This is true detachment, this is true freedom. This is the training of the mind and the spirit. When he does not call, you can see your mind creating stories. Maybe he does not care. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I am not lovable. These stories arise because of your attachment to an outcome, your attachment to being seen, your attachment to being chosen. But you are not your stories. You are the awareness that sees these stories arise and dissolve. You are the quiet presence that remains even when these stories shout in your mind. The practice is to return to this awareness, to remember who you are beyond your fears, beyond your cravings, beyond your need for external validation. Every moment you spend waiting for his message is a moment you could spend returning to yourself, nurturing your spirit, building your inner strength, cultivating your peace. Every moment you spend worrying about why he is silent is a moment you could spend learning to be at peace with silence itself. Silence is not your enemy. Silence is your training ground. It is in the silence that you learn to listen deeply to yourself, to hear the whispers of your heart, to recognize the patterns of your mind, to understand where your attachments have made you weak, and to begin the process of transforming that weakness into strength. There is a saying, attachment is the root of suffering. This does not mean you should not love. This does not mean you should not care. It means that when your love is attached to expectations, when your care is attached to outcomes, you will suffer when those expectations are not met, when those outcomes do not happen. You will suffer because you are trying to control what is beyond your control. You are trying to force others to act in ways that align with your needs rather than accepting them as they are and accepting yourself as you are. Detachment is the practice of releasing this need to control, this need to cling, this need to force outcomes, and instead it is the practice of aligning yourself with reality, flowing with what is, and finding peace within yourself regardless of what others do or do not do. When he does not call, it is not a reflection of your worth. It is not a reflection of your value. It is simply what it is, a moment of silence, a moment where another person is choosing their path, a moment where you are being given the opportunity to choose your own path as well. You can choose to sink into self-pity, to lose yourself in overthinking, to allow your peace to be shattered by the absence of a message. Or you can choose to use this moment to grow, to deepen your practice, to strengthen your mind, to learn to stand in your own presence without needing the presence of another to affirm your existence. If you truly want to find peace, if you truly want to cultivate your strength, you must learn to embrace detachment as a practice, not as an escape, but as a path to clarity. You must learn to see your attachments for what they are, expressions of your fears, your insecurities, your unhealed wounds, and you must have the courage to face these fears, to heal these wounds, to build a foundation of peace within yourself that is not dependent on the changing actions of others. When you feel the urge to reach out, to seek validation, to chase after someone who is silent, pause. Breathe, return to your body, feel the sensations that arise, feel the discomfort, feel the craving, do not judge it, do not push it away, simply observe it, witness it. Recognize that this craving is not who you are. It is a pattern, it is a habit of the mind. And like all patterns, like all habits, it can be transformed through awareness, through presence, through conscious practice. Ask yourself, what is it that I'm truly seeking right now? Is it his attention, or is it the feeling of being valued? Is it his presence, or is it the feeling of being seen? Is it his message, or is it the feeling of being loved? When you recognize that it is not the person you are truly seeking, but the feeling that you believe that person will give you, you can begin to turn inward and learn to give yourself that feeling. You can learn to see yourself. You can learn to value yourself. You can learn to love yourself. And when you do, you will find that the absence of another's message no longer shakes your peace, because you are no longer dependent on it for your sense of worth. Detachment is not the absence of desire. It is the absence of dependency. It is the ability to desire, to care, to love deeply, while also maintaining your inner stability, your inner peace, your inner freedom. It is the ability to hold space for others while also holding space for yourself. It is the ability to honor your connections without allowing them to control your emotions or your state of being. When he does not call, when he does not message, you are being given the opportunity to practice this detachment. You are being given the opportunity to observe your mind, to see where your attachments live, to see how they control your emotions, and to begin the work of loosening their grip on your life. This is not an easy practice. It requires honesty, it requires courage, it requires patience, but it is a practice that will free you, that will strengthen you, that will bring you closer to true peace. Do not fear the silence. Do not resist the stillness. Within the silence, there is a vast space for you to meet yourself, to understand yourself, to heal yourself. Within the stillness, there is the possibility of discovering the unshakable peace that lives within you, a peace that is not disturbed by the actions or inactions of others. It is in this silence, in this stillness, that you will find your true strength. Remember, detachment does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you stop loving. It means you love without fear. It means you care without expectation. It means you give without needing to receive. It means you are present with others while also being fully present with yourself. It means you are able to experience the beauty of connection without losing yourself in that connection. When you learn to detach, you will find that your relationships become healthier. Your mind becomes clearer. Your emotions become more stable. You will find that you are able to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease, with greater grace, with greater wisdom. Why?